In the final segment, James Marape expresses confidence of Pangu's chances in the elections and concludes with an emphasis on the importance of the election.
It's just 2-3% of people running around causing this problem.
Why do we have the defense force based there?
It's strategic. We are on our way to building a full battalion. Our country's third or fourth battalion will be stationed up there in Hela province. It's just by road or by air. It's within reach of Pogra. It's within reach of the borders in the middle part of our country, facing the Indonesia West Papua border. It's also within reach by land to Heights and Kurubu. At the moment, that military deployments to save and protect those key national assets is a substantial cost in transport and logistics. So getting a permanent military base station in the hinterland of our country will come back from there to save not just Hela province, Southern Highlands, but the Highlands region as well as the fringes that has important national assets in our resource sector.
You're going into Taripori as the incumbent Prime Minister? No problems coming back?
Our people have returned me 3 times now, 3 times, and in the last 3 elections they've given me a huge mandate. And so basically I owe my existence as a politician serving a country to the mandate Taripori people gives me. And so I will go and nominate, and I've spoken to people up there. Everybody has a right to contest. There's a view by many in Tari that no one must contest, but I'm telling them it's a democratic right of everyone to contest. Okay. We'll create a fair environment, and in this 2020 elections, under my watch, we're putting queues for male and female to queue up for voting. So we'll try to ensure that those are tidied. So we give right of every person to vote. For me, up in Tari, I just want to really see the people's choice emerge in the ballot. And if some people contest, I want to look into their voting choice in different parts of my electorate, especially the 81 council wards I have in my electorate, to see what the people's view are, especially that their member has now arrived at national leadership, whether they're in the serious thought of preserving leadership. I want to have a look at what happened. So giving people a fair opportunity to cast a vote gives you an opportunity to see what people's mindset are.
Okay, all right.
So Tari will be okay. Mark my word, not to worry about this. I was the first to be declared in 2012 nationwide. I was the first to be declared in 2017 nationwide. And I possibly will be the first to be declared in 2022, so don't hold me to a scheme.
We won't argue with that.
It happened before and it will happen again, all because Electoral Commission is planning the conduct and security of President Mena. Get hell out of the way first. It's far up into the west, then they come out to the rest of the highlands.
What about Pangu?
Pangu is all set for the elections. We are going in as a team. We're set for the elections. In the last 3 years, we've led government. 3 hardest years. It wasn't easy in 2019. The economy was in total status. Very high, expensive debts. Project delivered was only Papua LNG at the sunset of then government. There were no new investments coming around. You know, Mr. O'Neill should not talk about investments in our country. 8 years he had. He didn't cross the line in Wafi. Okay. He didn't cross the line in many other projects. Only Papua LNG, the sunset of his government.
Will Pangu then come in as, well, try to, and it nearly did at one stage, or NA, come in as one party? Are you targeting that?
The people today are very much educated. And so, to be realistic, I don't think Pangu will deliver a big, huge single mandate, but we will have a substantial number to be invited to form government. Okay.
You go with the current coalition partners you have?
The current coalitions are all intact with us. I was at the ULP's fundraiser on Saturday night. I was also with the URP's fundraiser on a previous weekend. I'm a strong associate of NA, being a former NA myself. And so pretty much my personal connectivity to all major parties, including deep into PNC, apart from Mr. O'Neill, where I'm not inclined to his line of thinking as a national leader. The rest of the rank and file in PNC I have no issues with. Okay. Politics is nothing personal. It's about policy contest.
All right.
And it's about leadership preferences and worldview in life. And for Pangu, under my watch, John, we've started taking back the country to good road 3 years ago. This coming May 30th, we'll be celebrating 3 years in office. Our achievements are much, much bigger than many would have thought. And in our convention in Leh this Wednesday, I will be sounding out what we achieved. And in subsequent presentations like this or in the campaign platform,
yes,
we'll start to hear what we've done in the last 3 years. Quite substantial. We've linked more roads, for instance.
Yes,
We're
yes.
running now 163 roads in all parts of our country.
Okay.
Though small as they may seem, John, and we've stabilized the economy. Many think we've mismanaged the economy, far from it. Last 3 years, there's now more delivery of finance from our Wagani public accounts on time, far better than when I was finance minister. Last 2 budgets we passed, we 100% roll out all we said we will pass. Our IRC.
Did you have to be prime minister to say, get it moving rather than finance minister at that time?
Not really. It wasn't only about me, but it was about the team that came on board. We had enough experience from National Alliance. We had enough experience from URP. We had enough experience from Pangu. ULP came back. So we sat as a team and we said, look, the buck stops with us.
All right.
How do we reconstruct our country for the better going forward?
Okay. All right. Well, after the elections, you come in, and we know enough about the outcome of elections and how governments are formed and how political parties and their leaders behave. Do you see yourself teaming up with Belden Nama or Peter O'Neill to form the government if that was for you to get into government?
Well, thank you for putting me on the spot. As I said earlier, Peter O'Neill as head of PNC party, definitely no. If someone else is leading PNC party, possibly yes.
Okay.
Belden Nama, I give it to him. He's a one-man warrior. You know, he speaks his heart out. He dies for the cause, so I got no offense with him. He's doing his job as the opposition leader. But first preference to my current coalition partners. We go in as a pack, we in alliance, we have understanding. If Pangu gets a Section 63 invitation, they will join me. If any one of them gets a Section 63 invitation, then my team will join them. I will step back as Pangu leader and allow someone else to lead and join them. I've reached my top. There's no point me hanging around as minister or deputy prime minister elsewhere. That's something that I've told Pangu caucus openly, that if I don't succeed in leading Pangu to the elections and we don't get the Section 63 invitation letter, I will resign as party leader. So I teach.
Go to the backbench?
I go to the backbench and hopefully eventually make my way out of politics. What's the point hanging around? You reach the top. Allow new leaders to grow.
Well, that's fair enough.
Allow
That's fair enough.
next generation to come in and get going, saving the country. I step outside, save the country from the outsiders, advise if they need me. So that's the way I'm seeing things. It's nothing personal. It's a job we have to get done for our country. And if the constituents don't return Pangu under my leadership, that is a vote of no confidence on me. What's the point hanging around? You know, I might as well get away from leadership. But speaking today, John, I'm pretty confident. Our preparations are okay. Our policies, and we've not only have policies, but we've delivered in the last 3 years. We said we will put 200 million every year with banks for our SMEs. We've honored that. We've said we build more roads throughout our country, not just in Port Moresby. We've delivered on this. We've said we will empower Papua New Guineans through education. Well, the higher loan program is running, and now we've brought back the free education system because of COVID-19 induced hardship. We've removed the project fee by the latest announcement of our treasurer. We've now removed tax for those who are earning salary up to 70,500. We have Papua New Guinea friendly policies going.
Very, very good on the eve of the elections. Very good going into the elections,
Correct,
Prime Minister.
Correct. But in the big picture, John, I said take back PNG. You look at what I've done for Pogra. No government of past have ever got 51% from a gold mine.
But you had to close it, and there's a bit of anxiety before.
It's getting
that
down. Yeah.
But that's another chapter on its own. We are running out of time, Prime Minister. Just a few words to the voters out there. Why, and there's your camera behind me, why should they vote? Why is it so important that they need to do that this time?
Thank you, John. In conclusion, let me encourage our voters. your Section 50 right is a sanctified right. Our Constitution gives you the right to cast your vote correctly. Don't vote for a plate of food. Don't vote for a wantok if you feel he is not really the man to represent your electorate. And in fact, vote along party lines, because the Prime Minister will emerge from the party with the highest number of winning candidates in the 2022 elections. You vote along party lines, make a difference for your country. If you feel James Marape is not worthy to be Prime Minister, well, you got Peter O'Neill with PNC. You got Sam Basil with ULP. You got Patrick Price with National Alliance. You got William Duma with URP. You got Gary Juffa with People's Movement for Change. You got Brian Kramer with Allegiance Party. You got Don Polio, Jeffrey Kama with DA Party. You have many parties. Wera Mori, for instance, he wants to be a party leader, he's with Country Party. So there's a whole range of political parties on offer for our people to choose from. The party leader will become the prime ministerial candidate after the elections. So many parties, but of the 5 big parties, my own Pangu, PNC, ULP, URP, NA are the 5 big parties. And other leaders are running also. So our people must know they have an opportunity to influence who becomes their prime minister. For me and Mr. O'Neill and the past, our performance, our achievements and our failures are our judges. So our people, you know what we've done. You know the inclination of our hearts. You pass fair judgment. I couldn't go back to the past. I'd rather be progressive. If it is not me, it must be someone else. And our people must be informed. Vote along party lines. So you turn the leaders upside down. Which of these leaders will you sleep well at night knowing he's your prime minister? No angels will come down from heaven to be your prime minister. No independent candidate will be your prime minister. A party with the highest number will be invited by Governor General, according to Section 63 of the Organic Law on Political Parties and Candidates, to form government. So the responsibility goes back to our people, and I just want to appeal to our people. You judge us prayerfully, because it's a sanctified right. Whoever leads government will either fail this country or progress this country.
Okay. Prime Minister, thank you for your time.
Sure.
And all the best to you for Tari Pori and Pangu and the elections.
God's will be done. Thank you very much.
This has been the Honorable James Marape, leader of Pangu and Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea, on MTV's election awareness program, Your Vote Matters. After this, we will also talk to many more of the political party leaders. There are 40 or more parties in this country right now. Keep an eye out for them. And thank you for watching this. I'm John Eggins. Bye for now.